This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. You go out the door today, you'll feel it's a little chillier, and you might also smell smoke in the air.
I know.
I'm near downtown Sarasota where I live, and I certainly smelled it. And Josh Stone's in for John Scalzi this week, and we're hearing that it might be from Collier County wafting up, Josh.
Yeah, it's very possible, along with some maybe isolated brush fires around. You know, it's been so dry, and the humidity has been very low, the dew point's been low, so this is a recipe for brush fires. And right now in Collier County, which is south and out of our viewing area, there is a dense smoke advisory with some of these brush fires that have taken place. And with the winds eventually coming from the southeast, won't be surprised if a lot of us smell that smoke in the air. So let's check out the forecast right now. It's 62 outside. Look at the dew point at 54. Last week at this time, we were looking at dew points in the upper 60s, so it was very sticky, felt very humid. Not right now. It's pretty dry. And easterly wind at 13 miles per hour. That's sustained as we go through the next several hours. Those winds will pick up again, maybe about 15 miles per hour, even some higher wind gusts. But it looks like those winds will be in the decrease later this afternoon. We really could use some rain, and we'll see if we can get some in here in the next few days. I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon, Josh. Taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning, it looks like it is picking up as you're heading into downtown Bradenton over the Green and DeSoto bridges from Palmetto. Also, State Road 70 seeing a little bit of congestion in that direction. There was a partially blocked road at State Road 70 in Lockwood Ridge earlier. However, that has since been cleared up, so that's good news. In Sarasota County, a little bit of congestion on Fruitville Road and Bee Ridge Road towards I-75. Other than that, no accidents to report as we head into South County. Not a whole lot going on. Pretty quiet on this Tuesday morning. Well, topping our news, we now know the names of the 2 victims killed in a plane crash in East Manatee County over the weekend. Sheriff
detectives are identifying 58-year-old David Mulcher and 90-year-old Bob Redfern as the 2 victims of the crash in Duet. Redfern recently moved to Manatee County, and Mulcher was visiting from North Carolina. The National Transportation Safety Board is still investigating what may have caused the twin-engine plane to crash half an hour after takeoff last Saturday from the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport. We're also learning more now about the hazing incident that has led to nearly 24 students being suspended at a private Christian school in Manatee County. Coaches and staff at the Inspiration Academy in Bradenton say this is the first time any type of hazing activity has happened since the school opened 4 years ago. Some 20 players are facing a 1 to 3 game suspension. School officials say it comes after some players were pinned down, blindfolded, and forced to do sit-ups face first into their teammates' backsides. The Academy's baseball director says this might be a nice teaching moment for them.
And so we wanted to mentor each of these students and coach them through what the right response is and to correct the behavior and to deal with the consequences that happen with bad behavior.
The suspensions are already in effect, and they'll be lifted tomorrow. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office looking for more victims after a man was arrested for exposing himself in public. This man, 20-year-old Jacob Martinez, is facing charges for 3 counts of exposure. The charges are in connection to 3 incidents in Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch. In each case, Martinez allegedly was in his car and pulled over to expose himself to women who were walking or jogging by. He turned himself in over the weekend and bonded out of the jail the same day. If you can help with this one, call the Sheriff's Office at 866-634-TIPS.
A debate over deputies in Sarasota now heading to the Court of Appeals. This as the chief judge in Sarasota County has asked for deputies to be placed at screening areas throughout the courthouse. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office has informed Chief Judge Charles Williams that it will file for a review later this week. Sheriff's officials say people have the constitutional right to concealed carry in most parts of the building, and screening at the entrance could violate those rights. However, Judge Williams says the Sheriff's Office is obligated to provide security in those areas.
Chapter 790.06, which is the concealed weapons carry statute, says you cannot carry in a courtroom or a courthouse. Doesn't say anything about court facilities, so we have a difference of opinion on the definition.
Chief Judge Williams responded to a letter from the Sheriff's Office saying, quote, "The 12th Circuit Court respects the right of the sheriff to take this action and will let this matter take its proper legal course." As the debate for medical marijuana heats up across the Sunshine State, it's now taking center stage right here for Sarasota City Commissioners.
As our Rick Adams tells us, they're trying to find a plan for those marijuana dispensaries.
Although the state of Florida still has to figure out the rules and regulations regarding medical marijuana, the city of Sarasota says they are working on being ahead of the game on this issue.
We're trying to put together an ordinance so that when they come down, that we have a working rough draft.
A group led by Captain Corinne Stanish of the Sarasota Police Department sat in front of commissioners discussing the many options when it comes to medical marijuana, which includes the location of offices and dispensaries and who should be allowed to provide medical marijuana. One possibility is to have it in a zone near a medical facility such as Sarasota Memorial Hospital.
We just want to make sure that we're taking a proactive approach and to put ourselves in a position best able to allow a business that the voters voted in and then make sure it doesn't affect public safety.
Patricia Bird is someone who's all for medical marijuana, but she would not want to see a dispensary near a location such as a school. The part-time Suncoast resident from Kentucky is happy to see that medical marijuana got the green light in Florida.
I think it's a great thing for people that need it. I have a good friend whose daughter has seizures, and it does help her. Dr.
Jenny Wilkins, CEO of Age Vital in Sarasota, is leading the medical marijuana crusade. She says medical marijuana and other things like chocolate have CBD in it, which the body needs and makes you feel good.
I'm a functional medicine provider, so meaning I like to put in the body what naturally belongs in the body. I'm a big believer in biology before pharmacology. Let your food be thy medicine and your medicine be thy food.
Wilkins tells us she plans on opening dispensaries all over Florida and throughout the country. She says she has witnessed enormous amounts of success when it comes to this type of approach.
I have over 300 patients just here on the West Coast, pediatrics, OBGYNs, pain management, neurologists, psychiatrists, doctors that send their referrals over to my pharmacy.
City commissioners are hopeful the state comes up with their rules and regulations before the last day of Sarasota's moratorium on medical marijuana, which is July 17th.
We just want to make sure that we are in a best position to make sure that nothing is exploited or there's no abuses to this business.
In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Homelessness will be at the top of the agenda in Sarasota today as the Downtown Improvement District looks to go over preliminary budget reports for next year. Dr. Peter Fanning, the homelessness chair for the Downtown Sarasota Alliance, will give an update on the issue at their meeting this morning. That starts at 9 o'clock at the SRQ Media Studio on 1st Street. And over in Northport, city commissioners will meet today to go over a variety of topics, including bringing the Atlanta Braves to the area for spring training, something we've been talking about for the past couple months. The commission must approve a letter of intent for a new spring training facility, and the city is being asked to pay at least $9 million for it. The Braves are agreeing to pay $2 million a year for the 30-year agreement, plus $7 million for the stadium. And Sarasota County will also contribute $22 million in tourist development taxes, but developers must also approve the letter of intent. If that deal is finalized, the Braves would move just in time for the 2019 spring training season.
Early voting is now underway in Sarasota and Manatee counties. The municipal elections will be held 1 week from today on March 14th. They include the City of Northport special primary, City of Sarasota first election, and the Town of Longboat Key general election. In Sarasota, 2 at-large commission seats up for grabs. In Northport, voters will decide 1 commission race, and on Longboat Key, 2 more commission seats and 2 referendums. Sarasota County's new election supervisor says early voting is a great way to cast your ballot without much hassle.
Oftentimes people pay more attention to the presidential elections, but individuals, when you're electing them to be your town or your city commissioner, certainly they have a huge impact on our lives, and these are important elections, so I'd encourage everyone to get out and vote.
The important thing to me is just some future planning for Sarasota and not have it just overrun by development willy-nilly.
Early voting is all this week from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at elections offices in Sarasota, Northport, and at the Town Hall on Longboat Key. State Supreme Court hearing arguments about whether voting rights for convicted felons should be automatically restored. Right now, nonviolent offenders whose crimes are less severe are able to apply to get their rights back 5 years after completing their sentences. More serious offenders are required to wait 7 years. Desmond Meade is a convicted felon, but says he turned his life around, got a law degree, and says it's not fair that he still can't vote.
In spite of whatever obstacles I've been able to overcome, the accomplishments that I've made, dedicating my life to giving back to the community, I'm still being told that I'm not a full American citizen.
The Voter Restoration Amendment would automatically restore voting rights for all nonviolent felons who have served their sentences, completed parole or probation, and paid restitution. Felons convicted of violent crimes, such as murder, would not ever be eligible.
A controversial issue for the Sarasota County School District back in the hot seat as it faces school board members once again. Activists plan on holding a speak out during tonight's school board meeting in support of allowing transgender students to use the bathroom of the gender which they identify with. That issue was first brought up by a transgender student at the Pineview School last year. The school has since changed their policy to be more accommodating to students, but the school district has not made any district-wide policies. The school board meeting will begin at 6 o'clock this evening.
A downtown bar in Sarasota has closed its doors for good. The Herald Tribune tells us the World of Beer Tavern on Main Street closed last Sunday. It was the last World of Beer franchise in Sarasota and Manatee counties. It comes after the company revoked the franchise agreement in January. SRQ Beer says they plan to reopen the bar under a different concept. There were several World of Bar locations. There was one on University near Cattleman that did very well for a while, World of Beer. Now the one downtown, that location just can't seem to catch on for more than a few years at a time.
Which is kind of disappointing because it's got that lovely little park play area with the water.
A little fountain there. They've got live entertainment sometimes at night, but for some reason something is disconnected in between. Yeah.
Interesting.
Did they ever serve hurricanes there?
Just tropical storms.
Tropical storms,
yes.
Okay.
Took me a second on that one.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about the weather coming up.
All right, well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. A nice day for a run on Siesta Key. We'll show you he'll be joining you if you're heading out to the beach this morning, and why coming up after the break.
Now's a perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I'm Alan Cohn. The session begins. Florida lawmakers are meeting in Tallahassee to find out what's first on their agenda and how it could affect you.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Peace of mind is really crucial. The safety and security of this higher level of care, I think, is really important. Great nurses, great doctors, technologies that can really help when you are dealing with complications, high-risk newborns, or the infants that have medical conditions. This is the kind of care that we want at our public hospital.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Good to see you on this Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today, and temperatures look like this. 62 outside here in Sarasota, 62 in Venice, 64 in Inglewood, 61 in Punta Gorda, 59 for you in Arcadia, 58 in Sebring. So upper 50s, lower 60s. A little nippy out there because we do have a stiff wind out of the east and eventually the southeast, so making things a little bit chilly. And then as we go through the day, the winds will pick up, and then they'll start to decrease. But with the lower than advisory level winds, the National Weather Service has lifted that small craft advisory. We had it yesterday. It expired at 10 a.m., and we don't have to worry about it at this time. And then for the rest of the week, looks like the winds are going to calm down. There is a small craft advisory to our south. If you're looking to take your vessel maybe towards Naples, you're going to run into some maybe choppier conditions down there. There's also a dense smoke advisory in Collier County, which is where Naples is located because of the brush fire there. And won't be surprised if a lot of us start to smell that smoke as we go through the day, thanks to that southeasterly wind. Quiet conditions on the radar, potent front up to the northwest. That front's actually going to make its way down to our area. I don't think it's going to be as potent as it is right now, so that's good. Our radar remains very quiet, nothing to show you here. We really could use some rain, though. Not severe weather, but we could use some rain. Looks like that will be coming in a few days. We'll talk about that in just a second. Highs day topping out in the low 80s. Our average is 75, and yesterday we hit a high of 81. So once again, warm conditions. And as far as the breezy winds, those will die down by this afternoon. And then by the weekend, we could get some showers coming into our area. Now, right now, this cold front is stirring up some severe weather. Maybe about an hour ago, we did have a tornado watch that was around Arkansas. It looks like they discontinued that, but we still have severe thunderstorm watches here through portions of Mississippi, Tennessee, southern Arkansas, and northern Louisiana. This is the cold front that's going to slowly make its way down south towards our area and possibly bring us some showers on Thursday, but it's really going to be a very light because the cold front basically falls apart as it comes our way, so it's going to be very weak. However, another system comes our way over the weekend to bring us a little better chance of widespread showers. Boy, we really need some rainfall here along the Suncoast. For the boaters today, the high tide will be 11:08 this morning, low tide at 2:01 this afternoon. As far as taking the boat on, again, there's no small craft advisory today. Winds are going to be a little bit breezy, though, for this morning. Seas just offshore 2 to 3 feet, but by this afternoon, the winds calm down. And for the rest of the week, looks like it's going to be good boating conditions. 77 will be our temperature at the beach, but inland today, we're going to climb into the lower 80s. And then as far as your outlook for the next several days, upper 70s, lower 80s, depending on where you are. Maybe some showers on Thursday, but better chance over the weekend. And don't forget, folks, to forward your clocks. Spring forward late Saturday night into Sunday morning, right?
That means we lose an hour of sleep on Monday morning. Toothpicks in the eyes here, Jacqueline.
Just what we need.
That's all we need.
As if we didn't already get enough sleep.
There's the road picture right now as far as Manatee County. A little slowdown northbound on 301 around 63rd Avenue East. That probably clear up soon. I'm surprised that State Road 70 is as clear as it is right now. Farther south in Sarasota County, a little slowdown as usual on Bee Ridge Road. Lots of construction there. And then farther south in the South County area, you'll see a pretty good picture right now at 6:20 on this Tuesday morning.
Well, it just won't be the normal joggers taking a run on Fiesta Beach today. Beachgoers will also see a cat, a cow, a bull, a bird, and a shark taking a run as well.
You've got my attention. It's the mascots for Cat Depot, Chick-fil-A, USF, World Rowing Championship, and Mote Marine, all on the beach for the mascot run. Raising awareness for the 31st annual Run for the Turtles, April 1st. Beachgoers can watch this from the Moat Marine tent, which is on the Siesta Beach concession area at 10 o'clock this morning. And that should be fun. I hope none of the mascots try to trip each other. That wouldn't be good.
Oh, gosh, they totally will. They always do that kind of stuff.
Makes it funnier, doesn't it?
Definitely does. Well, this is kind of an odd story, but an unpleasant scent becoming more unpleasant at Marie Selby Botanical Gardens.
That's right. That's because two giant flowers that don't smell great in the first place have now multiplied. Selby experts have successfully crossed the corpse plants, their term, not ours. The plants nicknamed Seymour and Audrey have bloomed every 2 years around the same time. Selby hopes that some members can bring those plants to their homes if they're so brave.
And we have this perk at Selby Gardens where we offer our members a free plant or plants annually, and hopefully we'll have enough and they're going to be mature enough for us to offer it for our members this year, if not next year.
Experts there call it a plant love story. You might call it something else. I've actually been there and covered that story. It's amazing. People go and line up to smell a plant that they say smells like death. Their phrase, not ours.
Oh.
Yeah, go line up and smell that.
I think I'm good. It looks pretty. It looks nice, but I don't know if I'd want to get a big whiff of that every morning if it was in my lawn.
No. 6:22, still ahead now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Well, his energetic workouts filled our TV screens for years, making Richard Simmons a hard person to miss. But he's since escaped the spotlight. Now it's causing concern among his friends and family. What his agent has to say about his condition coming up after the break.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back. It is 6:25 and a viral podcast details how Richard Simmons hasn't been seen in public for over 1,000 days.
So where is he? Nick Watt has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, he sweated to the oldies for decades, short shorts, and that smile. February 15th, 2014, Simmons didn't show for class. Hasn't been seen in public since. Many friends say they haven't heard from him. The serial-style podcast Missing Richard Simmons from a Former Friend, trying to figure out what's going on.
I haven't talked to anybody who thinks Richard Simmons is fine.
Simmons' PR agent of 27 years told us, "We didn't cooperate nor collaborate with this podcast. The truth is that Richard is fine and willingly enjoying his life outside the spotlight, while still working behind the scenes to help those millions who desperately need his love and assistance." These unfounded attempts to diminish the legacy of this true American treasure are simply shameful. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on Richard Simmons with your GMA First Look. I'm Nick Watt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Discover Card. Customer service? Ma'am, this isn't a computer. Wait, you're real? With Discover Card, you can talk to a real person in the U.S. like me, anytime. Wow, this is a recording. Really? No, I'm kidding.
100% U.S.-based customer service. Here to help, not to sell.
I lost my sight when I was 14 years old, so I really navigate the world by touch. When Dove asked me to try out this body wash, I was excited that it was foam. It was so light and soft, not sticky.
Discover the feeling of new Dove shower foam.
I'll never find a safe used car.
Start at thenewcarfax.com.
Show me minivans with no reported accidents.
Boom.
Love it. Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search at theallnewcarfax.com.
Sleep is super important. The kind of deep sleep I can only get on my Tempur-Pedic. It adapts to me, my shape, my size, my body. Tempur-Pedic. This sleep is power.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman or the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
In town? On the town. The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
$1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony. We're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy. Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
If you want to rediscover the smooth, radiant skin of your past, consider a facelift, eyelid lift, or laser resurfacing from Faces by Fezza. Restore your natural, youthful appearance and the confidence that goes with it when you trust your face to the expert hands of Dr. John Fezza. Using a delicate touch, he gives you natural-looking contours, a clean jawline, and long-lasting results. Call today to schedule a private consultation, because when you look good, you feel good. Faces by Fezza at Center for Sight.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, new plans to repeal and replace Obamacare getting plenty of reactions this morning. We'll have all the details.
Plus, as more brush fires spread across the state, Sarasota County fire officials are called in to help.
And how eating pancakes this morning could help a good cause at a popular restaurant.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And we begin this half hour with a pretty shot of the Sarasota County Judicial Complex. That's the bigger one on the left right there. And then on the right, you might see the Wells Fargo building at Main and Lynx, and then that red brick building before that. Pretty sunrise in progress, a little pastel sky. But when I went outside today, I noticed two things. A little chillier, it felt like. And also, you really smell a lot of smoke in the air. We're hearing now that it's wafting north from Collier County.
Yeah, definitely.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins, 6:32 right now.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Make sure to keep your syrup handy and your coffee cup as well. It is National Pancake Day.
We should go at 7 o'clock. More on that coming up as well. John Scalzi is off all this week. Josh Stone out of the bullpen to take his place, the ambidextrous meteorologist. Good morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I gotta train my hands to click the clicker if one goes down.
Very talented.
You know, speaking of syrups, completely random, I know, but maple syrup is on the decline because of trees and the weather and the pollen and the trees not pollinating the maple syrup trees. Just totally random fact, but in case you wanted to know.
That isn't a random
Look it up,
fact.
I promise.
I'll take note of that. Chocolate chip pancakes, that sounds pretty good right now. Anyway, let's focus on the weather, and we have some breezy conditions. We were showing you that tower cam when we began our newscast, and it was shaking a little bit because we have a sustained wind out of the east, eventually the southeast, about 10 miles per hour, 13 miles per hour right now, but the winds will be on the increase as we go through the next few hours. But don't worry, you're looking to take your boat out today, no small craft advisory, and also the winds will be on the decrease as we go through this afternoon. 62 is our current temperature in Sarasota, 64 in Inglewood, 59 in Arcadia. The radar's quiet, but could this change in the next few days? We'll let you know coming up. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. Peaceful right now on the roads. That is no major backups anywhere in Manatee County. Usually we see more slowdowns on 70, but not the case right now. Farther south in Sarasota County, we'll probably see something around Bee Ridge Road where there's a construction project going on. Not today, though. Not too bad right now. Nothing in the red. Farther south in Sarasota County, nothing too bad. A little bit of a slowdown on 41 northbound around Venice and Nokomis, but nothing much to speak of at this hour. Some major developments on the plan to repeal Obamacare this morning.
Plus, the latest on the president's new travel ban and the continued fallout over those Twitter claims of illegal wiretaps. ABC's Lana Zach has more.
After campaign promises to repeal and replace Obamacare,
to immediately repeal and replace Obamacare.
Republicans are, for the first time, unveiling their replacement plan, which would immediately eliminate the individual mandate and begin pulling back Obamacare subsidies, as well as create tax credits to help Americans buy insurance.
The result of the reduced federal spending under this bill is likely to mean more people uninsured.
As expected, Democrats are opposing the plan. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi tweets, "The GOP plan to make America sick again will do massive damage to millions." But so are some Republicans too, calling it Obamacare 2.0. Earlier, the White House unveiled their second travel ban, taking Iraq off of the list of banned countries, opening the door for people like translators who worked with the U.S. government.
This order is part of our ongoing efforts to eliminate vulnerabilities.
Protesters gathered outside of the White House.
Guess what, President Trump? Your Muslim ban 2.0 is still unconstitutional and still illegal.
Among the crowd, new DNC chair Tom Perez, who claimed the president's recent wiretapping allegations is just smoke and mirrors.
In order to deflect attention from the fact that Jeff Sessions should be fired because he lied under oath in a Senate proceeding, you create a diversion. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book.
The Republican health care plan will eliminate all federal funding for Planned Parenthood, but it will keep two popular aspects of Obamacare: no denial for pre-existing condition, and children will be able to remain on their parents' health care plan until age 26. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Dr. Ben Carson shaking up things in the White House as he starts off his new job as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. While making his first address yesterday, the former Republican presidential candidate appeared to have compared slavery in America to immigrants who choose to come to the United States.
Slaves came here as involuntary immigrants, but they still had the strength to hold on.
They were not engaged in the act of coming here with their own, if you will, volition. It was against their will. And I think Dr. Carson has distorted the entire process.
A statement was posted on Carson's page saying in part, quote, "Immigrants made the choice to come to America. They saw this country as a land of opportunity. In contrast, slaves were forced here against their will and lost all their opportunities. The two experiences should never be intertwined nor forgotten." Carson was confirmed as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development just last week.
On to state politics now. Back in Florida, lawmakers head back to work today in Tallahassee. The annual session begins. 60 days of work at the state capitol. And lawmakers have a long list of items to consider, from expanding gun rights to a medical marijuana amendment passed by voters last year. They're also expected to act quickly to fix Florida's death penalty law. Governor Scott gives his 7th State of the State address this morning. He'll lay out his priorities for the year, which likely include maintaining funding for Enterprise Florida and Visit Florida. And speaking of which, a related story: just after 2 months on the job, the head of Florida's job recruiting agency is stepping down. Chris Hart abruptly resigned, citing an ongoing conflict with the governor over the future of Enterprise Florida. That's the group responsible for recruiting companies to the state. Hart's departure comes during a critical time since the House Speaker is pushing a bill to strip the organization of all state money. The legislation could reach the House floor as soon as this week. Governor Scott has criticized House Republicans for pushing that bill.
Here at home, area Congressman Tom Rooney held his first town hall meeting on the Suncoast after protesters demanded their voices be heard. Voters filled a meeting room in Inglewood where the first topic was the Affordable Care Act, which Rooney called a failure, but said a proper replacement must be in place before repealing it. Then they talked about Social Security, followed by President Trump's alleged involvement with Russia. Some constituents called for the president's impeachment, but Rooney did defend the president, encouraging constituents to give him a chance. Residents we talked to hope their voices will be heard.
Making sure that all parties are heard in this political season that we have.
It's a pretty big constituency, but I hope he listens to all of us who are concerned about the health of the democracy.
Congressman Rooney's office says he was impressed with the large turnout and also said he thought the event went quite smoothly. In other news, national park officials in Utah have identified a man who fell to his death as a Suncoast resident. A spokesman with the Zion National Park says Tate Volino fell to his death last week while hiking in the southern Utah park. The Osprey man was just 45 years old and is survived by his wife and 2 sons. He was an active author focusing mostly on golf-themed novels, and park officials say hikers found Volino's body on Friday morning. A preliminary investigation found his injuries were consistent with a fall from a high elevation.
Sarasota County officials helping with a growing wildfire in Collier County. At last check, the fire was 10% contained and grew to 3,500 acres. Emergency personnel from Lee County have also joined the fight against the blaze, along with 11 bulldozers, 2 helicopters, and 2 air tankers as well. Yeah, dry conditions are causing brush fires all around Florida right now. Last Sunday, the Florida Forest Fire Service responded to 26 new wildfires impacting several communities. It's affecting homes and expected to continue to increase over the next few months. Some tips: obey the Florida outdoor burning law, and also clear vegetation away from your home if you live in a wooded area. Look at this, an awkward vandalism captured on surveillance video. It shows 2 men tossing buckets of tar on a home in Dania Beach in Broward County. It caused about $3,000 in damage. It actually happened last September, but no one has been arrested yet, so police are releasing this video in hopes that somebody will be arrested in this vandalism.
Some very high praises coming in for Tampa International Airport. TIA ranks #1 among North American airports with 15 to 25 million annual passengers. It's also tied for the #2 spot among all North American airports. That's according to the annual survey conducted by Airports Council International. That group looks at airport access, check-in, security screening, restrooms, restaurants, and many other factors.
It really is a very user-friendly experience there, I have to admit.
Yeah.
But we still prefer SRQ, of course, locally.
Yes, that one actually is pretty easy as well. It's not, it's small enough, but it's big enough to be able to accommodate multiple different areas to go to.
You can park and then walk 50 feet to your plane.
Exactly.
Not bad. Well, a new reason to eat pancakes this morning.
IHOP celebrating National Pancake Day today by offering customers a free short stack of pancakes. But in return, the company is asking for voluntary donations that will go to Children's Miracle Network hospitals nationwide. Donations will also be accepted online, and they're hoping to raise over $3 million. That starts at 7 o'clock this morning, goes until at least 7 o'clock tonight. Over the past decade, they've raised $24 million for charities on National Pancake Day.
And you think they've got gluten-free pancakes for me?
Yeah, actually they do. The reason I know so much about these pancakes is my sorority. It was their philanthropy. So I promise I'm not that much of a pancake enthusiast.
I believe you. Windy out there.
Yeah.
Windy, definitely. And it looks like that's going to continue at least for the next few hours. Was the afternoon hold for us? We'll let you know coming up.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Okay, happy Tuesday, everyone. Good to see you. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi. Today, our current temperature outside here in Sarasota, 62 degrees. Dew point at 54, humidity at 75%, winds out of the east at 13 miles per hour. These winds could actually start to crank up a little more than this, and then with some higher wind gusts as we go through the next few hours. But I think by this afternoon, the winds will be on the decrease. With the winds, though, will be breezy in the morning hours, but notice the winds are coming out of the east and then eventually the southeast. This is great news because, I don't know about you, but I've been suffering from the red tide for like months. Coughing, sneezing, watery eyes, it's been horrible. And it looks like the latest report that came out on March 3rd shows that the red tide has low levels, and with these easterly winds blowing offshore, that's going to keep that terrible smell out to sea, hopefully, and just away from the coastline. So that's good news. And as far as, once again, the reports, very low conditions to non-existent conditions. So that is good news to hear with the latest on the red tide. Potent cold front up to our northwest. We'll talk about that in a second. But for the radar, for our area, everything looks very quiet at this time. Looks like that's going to be the case as we go through the rest of the day. We really could use some rain, though. And that cold front up to the northwest might bring us maybe a few showers as we get into Thursday. But we do have dry air above us that's been capping out the atmosphere. It's been so dry. And unfortunately, with dew points that are low, dry conditions, this is kind of a recipe for a situation where we could have some brush fires, and that's obviously not a good situation. There is some fires being reported down around the Naples area, and with those southeasterly winds that we'll experience today, won't be surprised when we smell that smoke in the air. All right, temperatures are pretty chilly up to the well north of us here, 35 degrees in Kansas City, 29 in Minneapolis, 14 degrees in Minot. But notice the temperature in Kansas City at 35. You scoot eastward on I-70 to St. Louis, it's 51. So there's a demarcation line here, quite a contrast to temperatures. Big cold front, cold air behind it, warm air out in front of it. And this is the season where we start to see that severe weather take place. And earlier there was a tornado watch in Arkansas. Now we have severe thunderstorm watches over here in Tennessee and Mississippi. So they're dealing with that. I checked the latest airport delays. Doesn't look like there's any situations going on there. But this same cold front's coming our way. Not going to be a severe weather maker for us, but it will bring us some light showers possibly on Thursday. Better chance for showers come our way Sunday, but temperatures look very nice over the next several days, right?
All right, very good. Thank you, Josh. Checking roads right now. First off in Manatee County, a bit of a buildup now on one of the bridges coming south from Palmetto. You'll see that building throughout the morning. Otherwise, nothing too bad in Manatee County right now. Farther south in Sarasota County, minor small problems. Bee Ridge Road, of course, construction there. So slowdowns in both directions between 41 and Beneva, perhaps. Farther south now in Sarasota County. Oh, look at that. Build up at 681 in the southbound lanes as you go from 75 toward 41. That's building up in there. Of course, Honore opened there with an intersection and a red light, so maybe that's causing a problem there right now. Otherwise, pretty good at 6:48 on this Tuesday morning.
Happening today, former Vice President Joe Biden is giving a speech about efforts to end cancer. He'll be speaking in Austin, Texas, where he's expected to touch on interactive technology and plans for his new cancer-fighting initiative. That initiative is focusing on improving data standards to help researchers work with community care organizations to improve access to care and push to ensure patients can afford treatments. The former vice president has been extremely focused on improving cancer research efforts since his son died of brain cancer in 2015. And in entertainment news, fans of Turner Classic Movies are mourning an icon today.
Yeah, Robert Osborne has passed away. He was on these channels since it debuted back in 1994. He was a host. He introduced movies, fun facts, and trivia. Robert Osborne was 84 years old.
Well, Jimmy Buffett is enjoying retirement, and he wants to make sure everyone else is as well. The singer is planning a string of retirement communities. The first one opening is going to be called Latitude Margaritaville, and that's in Daytona Beach. It's named after his best-known hit song, Margaritaville, of course, and according to the news release, it's for those who are, quote, looking to live the Margaritaville lifestyle as they grow older, but not up. It'll have a band shell for live music and even food and drinks from Buffett's Margaritaville restaurant. The community opens next year. Sounds like a good time.
That guy has a license to print money. He has found an amazing niche and more ways to apply it.
Hey,
wow.
That sounds like a fun time if you're retired. Go to Margaritaville.
All right, 10 to 7 now. Local news headlines after this.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you use CPAP therapy, if you have private insurance, or you're on a Medicare replacement plan, we may be able to help you get your CPAP supplies at little or no cost to you and free shipping. Most insurance companies allow a patient to get a new CPAP mask, cushion, filter, and tubing every 3 to 6 months to prevent respiratory infection and skin sores.
That's why you should call AmeriCare CPAP. Call 800-423-5457. That's 800-423-5457.
The official salon of ABC 7. Cutting Loose Salon.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Whether a family member needs a little extra help around the house, assistance recovering from a hospital stay, or someone to check in on them throughout the week, Right at Home's in-home care is the answer. Your loved one deserves the right care, and now we need caregivers to help give the right care for the right reasons, the right way. At Right at Home, we're one of the only private home health agencies in this area with the opportunity to earn paid time off. If you're someone who loves helping people, take a look at our website and click on Jobs to join our team today.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to californiaclosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Welcome back, 6:54. Here's a look at our top stories we're following for you today.
Detectives have identified the victims in a plane crash over the weekend in Manatee County. 58-year-old David Mulcher and 90-year-old Bob Redfern died after the plane went down in Duet. One was visiting the area, the other had just moved here to Manatee County. Plus an update on the battle between the Sarasota County Sheriff and the Chief Judge over certain screenings in downtown buildings. The case now goes to an appeals court. And a controversial topic tonight at the Sarasota County School Board meeting, which bathrooms transgender students should use. That meeting starts at 6 p.m. tonight.
All right, taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning. Looks like in Manatee County, picking up throughout as you head into downtown Bradenton, also State Road 70 and 301, and some congestion towards the Bayshore Gardens area as well. Looks like Bee Ridge Road getting some congestion as well at 6:54 on this Tuesday morning, but South County seeing a little bit of congestion as well down towards Venice and a little bit towards I-75. Other than that, no accidents to report. Josh?
Okay, Jacqueline, yeah, temperature is looking nice once again today, topping out at 81, just like yesterday. A little breezy this morning. Looks like those winds will die down by this afternoon. You can see mostly sunny skies for the most part in our forecast. Could get a chance of rain coming in on Thursday, better chance of rain over the weekend.
What's that in your pocket about? I think here? Yeah. It's going to sound really weird. I'm a magician.
Take a look at this. A college junior used a magic trick to get out of a ticket when he was pulled over in the middle of the night. Blake Puckett knew his brake light was out, so he was driving with extra caution to try to avoid being pulled over. But he was pulled over anyway. An officer was concerned he may be impaired, but Puckett instead juggled for him to confirm he was completely sober. The entire interaction, as you see, caught on dash cam video and went viral. That is one way to prove that you are sober, I suppose.
That is good stuff.
Props
right
to him.
there.
I'm going to keep a tennis racket in my car and serve tennis balls. See, I can do this still, right?
There you
I
go.
think that's
Let
great.
us know how that
I
goes.
don't have that good of coordination. I don't know if that would have worked for me.
No, if you can't do it, don't try it. It'll look worse. Right? All right. Enjoy your Tuesdays, folks. 6:56 right now.
Stick around. Good Morning America's coming up next.